I have a PSA. It is urgent. It is real. I don't know if I'm saying it because I need to vent, because I am in my feelings right now. But this is something that most don't talk about. Do you know in domestic violence, we talk about, or the perception is that women are constantly abused by men. And we overlook the fact that oftentimes it's the other way around. There are a lot of women who are abusive, and it's at an alarming rate. You know, I grew up in a household where we were taught to keep your hands to yourself and that the door swings both ways, but keep your hands to yourself. Men don't hit women and women don't hit men. But we overlook the fact that there's an alarming amount of women who are abusive. They like to put their hands on men. They're bossy. They have the lip language. And they're verbally abusive. And there are men that are out there who take it day and night, just to keep the peace. And there's that woman that's she's just hands happy. She has a rage. I got a phone call today, and it was the loss of a loved one. And you start to think back on, what could I have done? You feel like you should have just grabbed them and said, hey, I implore you to leave. Don't let nobody put their hands on you. You know, I can't lie. I'm raising a son. I have a 16-year-old son. And when we were coming up, we were taught, men keep their hands to themselves. Women keep their hands to themselves, but especially a man should never put his hands on a woman. And I can't lie. I'm stuck. Because have you seen these women today? Oh, mouth almighty. Very, very touchy. Honorary. Verbally abusive. Everybody wants to be the boss. Nobody wants to stay in lanes anymore. And that's a whole different conversation, because I'll get judged on that. What is the lane? The lanes are respect. Respect for one another. Learning to love your sisters and your brothers. We don't belong to ourselves. We belong to the great I am. And nobody owns anyone. Nobody. But we get into these love relationships and people think that they own people. I'm not going to say the celebrity's name, but he was like, this is mine. I will do anything for them because that is mine. No, you're wrong. Nobody belongs to anybody, regardless of how long it's been. If you got a ring on it, that's your wife. That's your husband. But you don't own them. So to put your hands on them, that's abusive to God. Because you don't own them. And if it's not working, move on. Leave the situation. You can love again. I got a phone call today. Oh. And it wasn't a man beating on a woman. It was a woman who was the abuser. And it was fatal. If you can get out, get out. If you can leave, leave. And I use the word if. There are no ifs. I pray that you get the strength to leave. I'm in my feelings right now. Because every abuser is not a man.